So guys, NIO's battery swap song has gone viral here in China. And we're also going to talk about some other news. And at the end of this video, I'll share with you some of the latest Envo promotional clips. So stay tuned to the end, and it's going to be very exciting. So this is very good. Of course, recently NIO released the battery swap song with dance. It was an artist in China. And this song has really picked up steam here in China. So lots of NIO owners and even non-NIO owners, they like this song. They're dancing, making dancing videos on TikTok, Little Red Book here in China. And it's getting a lot of traction, which is very, very nice. And of course, the lyrics of the song really highlights the pain of charging, lining up and having to wait in the rain for charging, whereas swap is just very quick. Come and go, and really highlights the benefits of battery swap. And this is of course also exemplified right now. I mean, this is perfect timing because Chinese New Year, people are heading back to their hometowns, and what you're seeing is that at highway resting areas, there are massive lineups for EV charging stations. All right, take a look. It's just incredible. The line is so damn long. And some of these guys gotta wait like 4 or 5 hours because the guys in front take a couple hours to charge, and then the line moves really slowly. And also, not only that, gas stations also have incredibly long lines. So what you're seeing is it's a perfect case of like, come on, why didn't we choose that NIO? And there's a battery swap station right there telling you 3 minutes and you're gone. And these guys are waiting 3 hours, right? So every Chinese New Year, you get great publicity, and this is, of course, magnified with this viral song, viral dance here in China, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, on a separate note, okay, NIO's also hosting lots of interesting events. For example, promoting NIO's at ski mountains, all right, mountains and ski slopes. And you have this, for example, Beijing, they recently held this EC6 promotional event. They're very nice. People that can really afford to ski and snowboard in China, they are the target customers of NIO. All right, they can afford, because skiing isn't cheap in China. Okay, you gotta have some money. You gotta pretty much have your own house, your own car. You have to have expendable income. All right, so great marketing, got lots of attention of other people, and of course, while you're there, you can get a freebie. And in return, of course, you have to provide your phone number, and you become interested in a test drive of this car. So this is definitely very good for NIO. On another news, recently it was revealed that a NIO ET5 was taken apart in Japan at an auto expo, basically to showcase NIO's technology and to take apart the car, showcase it to people, the battery, the drivetrain, everything about the car. It's just a ET5 dissected. People are very impressed with this car, and it shows how right now the Japanese automakers are behind the curve. All right, they're really behind in terms of Chinese technology. And here in China in general, Nissan is on the way out. Mitsubishi is already gone. Toyota and Honda, they're on the decline. All right, Lexus, they're still struggling, but they're still there. But in general, the Japanese car makers here in China are not faring that well compared to companies like NIO and other new energy vehicle makers here in China. So they're really dominating everybody here in China. And it just shows that NIO's product is indeed ahead of everybody else. So this is definitely very, very good news. And also, before we go on to the Envo clips, I want to clarify some stuff about the previous video. The whistleblower whole shenanigans, all right? William Lee, he's incredibly upset that there's an outside company, outside force, whichever company it is, pushing people to sort of, make people say bad stuff about NIO, and really trying to suppress the company. And he expressed his sadness that it's 10 years to make this car brand. It's really difficult to make a successful car brand, and then you have companies out there actively trying to push you down, which is just very, very heartbreaking for him. But also, this, I kind of, so how should I phrase it? I think that paid a company paying people to badmouth NIO, that and the whistleblower, I think they're actually two separate instances of things. Like the whistleblower, I think the whistleblower is actually referring to some other companies here in China that might be actually faking sales. And again, Envoy and NIO, they're not faking sales, because if they were, the numbers would be much higher, right? Like you guys said. So it could be one of the other guys. I think if you look at the recent insurance registration numbers, there are some companies that were not near the top but are recently near the top. I'm not going to say which names. I've driven their cars. Potentially it could be them, or it could be one of those Huawei companies as well. Okay, so I wouldn't be too concerned about the whistleblower stuff and companies trying to like suppress NIO, badmouth NIO. It's just, it kind of also highlights how great NIO is, all right, how the product is so good that you have to resort to these kind of tactics to push them down. Otherwise they're going to conquer the world. So I like to think of it more optimistically, that NIO's products are so damn good that they can't do anything else about it. They can only try to badmouth NIO to try to push it down. So yeah, let's just leave it at that. All right, so here are the cool Envo clips. Let's take a look. So this newest Envo clip, of course, you have the president of Pepsi Foods and KFC here in China talking with Envo CEO, and of course you got banners in the background at KFC stores promoting Envo as well. So this is, of course, great publicity for both KFC and of course Envo, but mainly for Envo. Now the next part, you see the big table featured, and of course Envo CEO eating KFC. And then of course they talked about how during Chinese New Year, the highway swap is completely free. Absolutely fantastic. Last but not least, they talked about, well, here's another look at the table. They talked about the huge, massive freezer, which is absolutely perfect for these kind of long vacation trips.